Hi, I'm Lizzie from Lizzie's Farm. There are 3 members to our farm, or that make up our farm family. There is my daughter, who we call the farm manager, Linnea. My husband, Tractor Man, is what he goes by, that's Ian. And myself, Lizzie. And we make up basically the whole kit and caboodle staff of Lizzie's farm. We started the homesteading in 2012 when I was having my daughter, and in 2013 we decided to start our farm completely. We were not as large as we are now. We were growing on a much smaller scale across, basically a small plant area across from our house. That area is getting established to be our perennial flower bed. And instead we kicked another local farmer who had been using our fields and took over the production of those 10 acres. So we have also 60 acres that are wooded. They are heavily comprised of maple, and thus my husband does maple syrup in the late winter, early spring. But one of the years we decided to put one of our fields in berries. That's the 10 acres. So primarily there's still 3 acres of the land that is just in berries, blueberries, raspberries at this point. And so we're really not growing a lot of produce on a lot of acres. We are located in Erie,ville New York. We're located centrally to like 3 or 4 colleges. We have Cazenovia, Morrisville, Hamilton, all right near us. So address is 3823 Sanderson Road, Erie,ville New York, 13061. Our farm started with being just a produce farm, and along with that is I was very strict about wanting us to be a certified organic farm. We have grown from produce, flowers to plants, and we now do a lot of value-added products at this point. So we have really expanded into producing spices, which when we just started, it was just garlic powder. And then I got the idea to do some garlic salt. And last year we added magic dust, which is a combination of our hot pepper powder and garlic powder. Then I put on the garlic onion powder. So we've kind of blossomed into every year there's something new somewhere in the value added part of our business. One thing I really would like to see happen in the future is the greenhouse we are in right now is our growing greenhouse for plants, but I also multi-purpose it as a in the ground growing facility. So it's getting used for 2 things, and I think we really need to put up some other growing in the ground facility, like a low tunnel, high tunnel, just for our tomatoes and peppers, and one for just growing. And then I can get the full use out of my 90 by 30 greenhouse and grow on a larger scale, which is really what I would love to see for our plants, because I do that very well. Future farm plans, I had wanted to bring in a large-scale number of more blueberries to our farm and get them in the ground for next year, but we are putting it off for another year. Hoping with, well, I will be ordering in the spring, because that's when the time is for, late winter, a large quantity of peonies. I happen to love peonies, and they take several years to get established. So even though I would be putting them in the fall next year, we probably wouldn't see them. So that's one thing. And then back to the value added. We are always changing that up. This year we're actually having our mixed hot pepper powder go on the market. Probably messing around with salsas, which didn't get on the market this year because my tomatoes all pretty much tapped out on me. Things like that that is an area where I am constantly expanding. We have the kitchen in our basement, and it allows me to produce this stuff, and I can't stand waste. It's one big thing. And so when we're composting a lot of stuff, because we can't use it, I'd like to find a way that we can use it in a way that's fun and innovative and neat and gets to people in a different way that they've never tried and might like. So that is actually how our pesto, which I haven't talked about, that was one thing. I started with the garlic scape pesto because there was thousands of pounds of garlic scapes just going to the compost and I couldn't take it. So my pesto started. So our farm is open to the public. We have been open throughout the whole season. The greenhouse is open like May is when we basically open the greenhouse, and because I switch gears around June, we probably taper off the greenhouse around June, July. We have our farm stand open. When it gets too cold, we have to close it down because the freezers can't work. But our pesto is always in the freezer unless it's too cold and we have to close down the freezers. But we do offer it. If you give us a call, we will have product all ready for you. And can bag it for curbside pickup or just even come to our front door and we have it all bagged and we know exactly when you're going to be there in the winter time. Otherwise, we can have it in the farm stand. Farm stand is open. Products are elsewhere. We have it in 20 East. There's some product of ours at Heartstone Bakery in Cazenovia. We are at the Cazenovia Farmers Market this year. If you want to find us, look at us on Facebook. I believe it is at Dizzy Lizzie's Farm. Don't get confused. Dizzy ends with a Y and Lizzie is an IE. Our website is www.dizzylizziesfarm.com. If you need to contact us, it's dizzylizziesfarm@gmail.com.
I like to get dirty picking potato. I do my hug cherries. I get them all from it's called a ground cherry, but I call them a hug cherry. But they're